What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I wanted to go over my 5 best brokers right now. Now, when it comes to trading stocks, you need to have a broker, essentially a place for you to actually buy the stock. Whether you use an app, whether you use a desktop platform on a computer, you're going through a broker. And so I want to break down 5 right here and go over some of the good and some of the bad for each of these different brokers, why some of them make sense and why some don't. And it really depends upon your trading. I'm not going to bash any brokers here, but I just want to tell you, and you should know what access and what features your broker has so that if you're looking to trade a certain type of way or you're looking to do a certain type of thing, you know your broker allows you to do so. So before we dive in, if you wouldn't mind jumping down, making sure you're subscribed to the channel and hitting the thumbs up button. There's one method of payment that you can literally do, and that is all I ask. I don't ask you to buy a course. I don't have a course for you. I have no Discord group. I have no Patreon that you need to go buy. All I ask is you hit the thumbs up button. It's free to do. So the first broker, which is actually up on the screen behind me, is Webull. And this is not a Webull ad. These are not ads for these brokers by any means. I'm not being paid by the broker to do so. I have affiliate links. If you sign up, I get a free stock. You get a free stock. You get actually 4 when I'm making this video with Webull specifically, and for other brokers that I have linked in the description box down below. But I want to dive into why I think Webull is actually #1 on my list. Now, these aren't really ranked in any sort of order, but Webull stands out for me right now. #1, it's because it's the broker that I personally use the most. On top of being able to just simply trade stocks on here, you can trade cryptocurrency. You have extended market hours, so you can trade in the pre-market hours and after market hours. So your trading can extend from 4 a.m. Eastern all the way to 8 p.m. Eastern, which extends beyond the normal market hours of 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. On top of that, you can paper trade. Webull has an awesome mobile app, tons of analytics that you can look at through your positions, profit and loss, account performance, all things like that, comparing it to the overall market. And you can do so on the web app. You don't have to download any software. Type in app.webull.com and you can log into your account that way. You can download the desktop software, which is up on the screen behind me, customize that however you want, on top of just the mobile app. So if you're a beginner, if you're new and you want to get more into trading, you want to get into more indicators, you want to get more features, and you want to get into more active trading, Webull's a great place for you to start. On top of that, commission-free trades, commission-free stock trading, options trading. I mean, every broker's pretty much got commission-free trades, but a lot of brokers charge like 65 cents or something for options. Webull doesn't do so, and so you can get access to that and not have to worry about ever taking a trade, knowing that you got to pay a fee on top of that just to make that trade. Going down the list, #2 in the list here is TD Ameritrade, and it's actually the broker that I do have an account with. I used to use all the time. I more so transitioned to Webull because of the trading hours and because I trade stocks that generally like to move during those trading hours and I want to have access to pre-market hours and after-market hours, and so it worked really good for me. But TD Ameritrade allows you to trade from 7 a.m. Eastern all the way to 8 p.m. Eastern, so you do get a decent chunk of extended hours trading on top of the normal market hours. You do have to pay for commissions on options, although they are small. 0 commissions for your regular stock trading. You get access to a desktop platform. You can download the Thinkorswim platform, more of an active trading platform, a little bit more advanced than what Webull has currently in terms of indicators and scanners and all those types of things. A little bit more advanced. But again, Webull does kind of compete on that front, especially for beginners. You also get a web app platform, so you can log into your account online. You don't have to download the software, and you also can download the app. They have a couple different versions of the app. The Thinkorswim app, the TD Ameritrade app, there's a couple different ways to go about it. It really comes down to downloading them, seeing what works best for you in terms of your preferences, but very helpful. I have an account with them, and I do enjoy it. Not to mention, really quick, with TD Ameritrade, you also get access to trading OTC stocks, which you can't do on a broker like Webull, for example. #3 on the list, and these aren't really going in any particular order outside of the first one, it's now Robinhood. Now, okay, I know a lot of people talk about Robinhood, and for an active trader, it's definitely not my best recommendation, but for someone who's looking to invest in stocks, who wants to be able to buy stuff, hold, not really an active trader worrying about things too much. And if you want access to free options trading, well, Robinhood's actually fine. Free, no commissions. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You can start dabbling with options, but on top of that, you also have a couple other features that other brokers don't really have. Now, there is a bunch of overlap in terms of some features, but there's the cash management feature that I think is very important here with Robinhood. So put any settled cash in your account that is just sitting there uninvested, they're going to pay you interest on that money. Now, of course, right now when I'm filming this video with interest rates being extremely low, you're not getting paid that much, but it does add up, and it's better than having it sit in a savings. So you're going to earn at least a higher interest rate than a savings account, and when rates do eventually make their move back on up, that interest rate is like having your money sit in a high interest savings, which is significantly better than a savings account. And so I definitely, at a minimum, would recommend you take a good chunk of your money out of a savings account or a checking account that you don't need to have sitting there and at least put it into an account like Robinhood. I would recommend getting yourself into the market, at least get exposed to index funds or something like that. But at least at a minimum, it's a great place to start for the beginner trader who isn't really worried about actively trading. They want to just invest their money, compound their gains, and that's really it. With Robinhood, you get the mobile app, very, very easy to use. Swipe up to trade. You also get the web app, so you can type in and go into your account online on your browser, so you have access to that. But when it comes down to the charting features and the stuff like that and the advanced kind of analytics, you don't get what you would get with something like Webull or TD Ameritrade or another broker we're going to talk about here. So that is a downside, but it's very simple, very easy to use. The next broker on my list, number 4 on the list for right now, is M1 Finance. I have a link down below to M1 Finance as well, like I do for most of these brokers that I'm going to talk about in this video. And when it comes down to M1 Finance, I think M1 Finance is a similar, it kind of compares in my eyes to Robinhood, a little bit more advanced than Robinhood. And so the way I see M1 Finance, and for me, what I use it for is my IRA. So with a lot of these accounts, you can create an IRA on Webull, you can create one on TD Ameritrade, and a bunch of other brokers, but M1 Finance, it makes it really, really easy in terms of their layout and how they have their kind of pie set up. So you can easily kind of see the breakdown of different things, your investments, investing in funds, and things like that. I like M1 Finance. You of course get the mobile app, which I think is super, super easy to use. And I like being able to track everything on the mobile app. But on top of that, you also get the web platform. And with commission-free trades, it's another broker these days that I think pretty highly of. Again, not a broker I would use for active trades, but if you make a few trades per month, if you look to buy and hold, this is definitely a solid broker for you. And last but not least here on my list is ETrade. Now, ETrade also allows OTC trading. There's a mobile app, there's a web app, there's a downloadable software. All these different things you can get access to with ETrade. ETrade's also probably what I would say more advanced. So if you're someone who is an active trader, you like to be trading more actively, either day trading, swing trading, you want access to charting features, technical analysis features, things like that, then ETrade is definitely a great place for you as well. So if you're someone like that, ETrade, TD Ameritrade, and Webull would be my top recommendations for you out of this list. You can customize your layout just like you can with a lot of these other platforms, and it really is a solid platform or a solid broker to have, especially if you're someone who is either looking for a new broker, looking for a broker that is reliable, safe, and fairly easy to use. Now, there are certainly other brokers out there. There are certainly other brokers, potentially offshore brokers, that allow you to bypass the PDT rule. And what is that? The pattern day trade rule, which means you can only day trade 3 times per 5 trading days if you have an account, a margin account under $25,000. My recommendation to you is to get a cash account personally, but if you wanted to split your money across a couple different brokers, that you can day trade 3 times per 5 days on one broker, and then the other broker, and the other broker. If you had 3 brokers and you split your money up across 3 brokers, you can technically day trade 9 times. Now, the only problem here is that it could get complicated and you're kind of messing around with different brokers, and if you don't know how to use them, it could get a bit complicated, but it's certainly an option. And I would recommend out of these 3, Webull, TD Ameritrade, and ETrade out of those 3. If you're someone who's more of an active trader and want to split your money up across 3 brokers, those would be my top 3 for the active trader. Now, it really comes down to testing things out and trying what works best for you. I give you guys my thoughts on these brokers. Let me know in the comment section down below which ones you like using, why you like using them. If there's any ones that I didn't talk about here that you would definitely recommend for the community down below to check out at a minimum. Hope this video was helpful. Hopefully you guys subscribe to the channel here. We are doing tons of videos every single week, live streams, awesome stuff just like that. And of course, the only fee to join us is to smash the thumbs up button. That's all I ask for you. Please make sure you're doing so. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.